Y'all, the rap world is officially on fire again. Just when it seemed like things had finally cooled off between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, out of nowhere, we're right back in the middle of another all-out war between two of the biggest names in hip-hop. And trust me, this round might just be the messiest one yet. What started as a few harmless tweets and a little bit of flexing quickly turned into a full-blown social media storm that had fans, blogs, and even other rappers jumping into the mix. The shade was flying, the bars were loaded, and every single second of it was pure chaos. So grab your popcorn because today, we're breaking down how Nicki Minaj and Cardi B managed to set the entire internet on fire once again. From cryptic tweets and lyrical jabs to leaked screenshots and unexpected cameos from other rappers. This is the full timeline of what really went down, and trust me, it's a lot. For a brief moment, everything in the rap world seemed peaceful. Cardi B was finally in her comeback era after years of fans asking when she'd drop her next big project. Her album had been released to strong numbers, with fans and critics celebrating the fact that she was still pulling major attention despite being away for so long. Everyone was hyped, congratulating her online, streaming her songs, and enjoying what looked like the start of a brand new era for Cardi. But peace never lasts long in this game, especially when two queens are sharing the spotlight. Around the same time that Cardi's name was trending everywhere, Nicki Minaj suddenly popped up on Twitter, retweeting and liking a series of posts celebrating her own achievements. These weren't just casual fan posts either. They were specific tweets highlighting how her album Pink Friday 2 still held the record for the biggest female rap debut of the decade, how it had broken Spotify streaming records, and how her vinyl sales had smashed decades-old stats. Now, to be fair, Nicki Minaj absolutely earned those numbers. She's one of the most successful rappers in the world, and the data speaks for itself. But it was the timing that made everyone raise an eyebrow. Cardi's moment was barely a day old before Nicki's posts started trending again, and fans couldn't help but feel like the queen of rap was sending a subtle reminder, don't forget who runs this. It didn't take long for both fan bases to start clashing. Cardi's fans accused Nicki of trying to steal the spotlight, while Nicki's fans argued that their fave was just celebrating her success, something she has every right to do. But as the arguments heated up, things took an interesting turn. People began to notice a pattern that's played out several times before. Whenever one of them releases new music, the other one seems to make headlines right after. That's when people started digging into old moments, pointing out that this isn't the first time Nicki's timing has looked a little strategic. Some fans even brought up how years ago, when Cardi was getting major press for her debut album, Nicki suddenly announced her own single the same week. Whether that's just coincidence or competitive marketing, well, that depends on who you ask. Still, the energy on Twitter was getting heated, and both women seemed to know exactly what was happening. And instead of backing down, Nicki decided to double down. Out of nowhere, Nicki Minaj dropped what fans have now dubbed the Alphabet Freestyle. It wasn't an official release, more of a spontaneous moment posted online, but it was loaded with bars that fans immediately recognized as being aimed at Cardi. She mimicked Cardi's ABC pattern from her song Magnet and flipped it into a clever but brutal diss, taking Cardi's own style and turning it against her. Fans were shocked, but at the same time, they weren't surprised. Nicki has never been one to bite her tongue, and when she decides to take shots, she does it in a way that makes sure everyone knows exactly who she's talking about, even if she never says the name. Within hours, Twitter was in chaos. Stan accounts were decoding every lyric, editing side-by-side clips, and arguing about who had the upper hand. For a lot of people, it felt like classic Nicki, the confident, competitive MC, reminding everyone why she's still a lyrical powerhouse. But for others, it came off as unnecessary. Cardi had just released her album, she was enjoying her moment, and suddenly all the attention shifted back to Nicki. Coincidence? Maybe? But social media had already decided it was shade. Of course, if there's one thing Cardi B doesn't do, it's stay quiet. Within hours of Nicki's freestyle dropping, Cardi hopped online and started tweeting, and she made it clear she wasn't in the mood to play nice. She didn't mention Nicki by name, but her words were sharp enough to slice through the subtext. She wrote, "Coca-Cola Barbie, the power I have make these girls come out of hiding every time. Go to your room, you must have missed me, now kiss my feet." That tweet alone was enough to send the internet spiraling. Fans were losing their minds, posting memes and picking sides. It was clear that Cardi was ready for war. Her tone was mocking, her delivery was confident, and most importantly, she was done pretending that the tension didn't exist. And the more Cardi tweeted, the more obvious it became that this wasn't going to blow over anytime soon. Both of them were fully engaged now, and the rest of the industry could only watch and react. Just when fans thought things couldn't get messier, Nicki allegedly threw another jab, this time referencing pregnancy rumors that had been floating around about Cardi. That's when things went from playful shade to personal attacks. Cardi clapped back with a fiery thread of tweets, dragging Nicki for everything from her attitude to her timing, and accusing her of trying to overshadow other female rappers. The tone shifted fast. What started as competition was turning into open hostility. Cardi even began reposting old videos and interviews, reminding people of moments where she felt Nicki had tried to block her success or discredit her achievements. Nicki, meanwhile, continued to post cryptic things online, little hints, emojis, and messages that kept fans guessing. Every post seemed to spark new theories. Was she responding to Cardi? Was she talking about something else? It didn't matter. The fans were already fully invested, and the drama had officially taken over the timeline. And then, just when everyone thought it couldn't possibly get more chaotic, another rapper jumped into the mix. JT from the City Girls decided she had something to say. And of course, the internet caught it immediately. JT started tweeting things that many fans interpreted as being about Cardi, calling her mad and ugly and laughing at the situation. It didn't take long before people accused her of trying to cozy up to Nicki, especially since Nicki had previously thrown shade using Cardi's Magnet track. The move split the internet. Some people defended JT, saying she was just expressing her opinion. Others accused her of stirring the pot for attention. But either way, Cardi was not about to let that slide. In true Cardi fashion, she came back with receipts. And these weren't just tweets. She dropped screenshots of alleged text messages between JT and Lil Uzi Vert, which showed cracks in their relationship and hinted at drama that had nothing to do with Nicki or Cardi. One message even included the line, "You mad at me yet? It's just 'cause you're pregnant." That single text sent shockwaves across social media. Suddenly, the story wasn't just about Cardi versus Nicki. It had turned into a tangled web involving JT, Uzi, and a bunch of behind-the-scenes relationship drama. Cardi had officially flipped the script and turned the beef into a spectacle. As soon as those messages dropped, the internet completely melted down. People were dissecting every screenshot, questioning whether the texts were real, and debating what it all meant. Was JT actually pregnant? Was Uzi playing both sides? And why did Cardi decide to leak it all right now? JT went quiet, deactivating and reactivating her accounts within hours. Nicki, for her part, stayed silent publicly, which only made fans speculate even more. Some said she was letting Cardi burn herself out, while others claimed she was preparing another response behind the scenes. Either way, the damage was done. By the end of the night, hashtags like Cardi Won and Nicki the Queen were trending side by side, with millions of fans fighting in the comments. It was a digital war zone, and no one was holding back. Even though the drama had started with a few tweets, it ended up exposing deeper issues: jealousy, competition, and the pressure of being a woman at the top of the rap game. If we're being honest, this back and forth between Nicki and Cardi has been building for years. Ever since Cardi broke onto the scene with Bodiak in 2017, people have been comparing the two, calling Cardi the new queen and asking if she was coming for Nicki's crown. That constant comparison created tension long before either of them ever exchanged words. And let's not forget, they've had physical altercations in the past. The infamous shoe-throwing incident at the Harper's Bazaar party in 2018 still lives rent-free in everyone's minds. Ever since that moment, their feud has never truly died down. It just goes quiet for a while before resurfacing in a new form. What makes this rivalry so unique is that it's not just about two artists competing. It's about two fan bases, two generations, and two completely different approaches to fame and success. Nicki represents longevity, lyricism, and legacy. Cardi represents charisma, relatability, and social media dominance. And when you put those two worlds together, the clash is explosive. Every time one of them releases new music, the conversation shifts back to who's the real queen of rap? And instead of the music being the focus, the drama always ends up taking center stage. After days of chaos, everything suddenly went quiet. Nicki stopped tweeting, Cardi stopped posting, JT disappeared from the timeline. Fans were left sitting in the wreckage, trying to piece together what just happened. But silence doesn't always mean peace. In fact, with Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, silence usually means one thing. Someone is planning their next move. Whether that's a diss track, an interview, or another round of subliminals, it's only a matter of time before the next spark reignites everything all over again. For now, though, fans have made up their minds about who won this round. Many people felt that Cardi's comebacks were stronger and that she held her own, while others praised Nicki for staying classy and not giving the situation any more attention. Either way, the entire internet was tuned in, proving once again that when these two women face off, the whole world watches. At the end of the day, Nicki Minaj and Cardi B are both icons in their own right. They've broken records, inspired millions, and redefined what it means to be a female rapper in a male-dominated industry. But their rivalry shows just how much pressure comes with the crown. Every post, every lyric, every number, it all gets twisted into competition. And maybe that's part of what keeps their names at the top. Because whether they love each other or not, Nicki and Cardi's dynamic keeps the culture alive. It gives fans something to talk about, something to debate, and something to look forward to. So the question isn't really who won this round, it's who's going to make the next move. Because in hip-hop, there's always another verse, another shade, and another headline waiting to drop. And one thing's for sure, when it comes to Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, the story is far from over. So what do you think? Was Nicki just defending her legacy, or did she really try to steal Cardi's moment? And did Cardi go too far with those receipts? Or was she just fighting back the only way she knows how? Let me know what you think down below in the comments.